I believe that we, the employees of the whole person, are here for the same purpose. I think it's connecting people with disabilities to the resources they need so that they can enjoy the same opportunities that people that live in the community who don't have disabilities enjoy.
At one end of the spectrum, I do recreational services for people to help provide opportunities in the community that well-adjusted blind people just don't have and may want to do, tandem bike riding or snow skiing. Besides the fun things that I get to do for people, I also encounter a lot of individuals who are just in the process of losing their eyesight. They don't know where to go or who to turn to. Advocacy is very important and impactful in the lives of people with disabilities because we often get turned down, sent away, left out, unfairly treated. So people need to learn to stand up for themselves. They need to learn how to figure out what makes the system tick so that they can get a little bit more of their fair share in life and help to level the playing field for themselves.
The whole person gets calls on a daily basis from people in the community that need help in a variety of ways. And one of those ways was yard work. We decided to turn that into a program that's growing by leaps and bounds. It's called Planting Independence, 1 yard at a time. One of my favorite things about that day is just going and cheering on the many volunteers that are out actually doing yard work for a person with a disability.
When I looked out the window, I said, that's a miracle.
Oh, that's so neat. Give me a hug.
Thank you.
So many callers call and say, I don't know where else to turn. Someone who doesn't know how to manage getting grab bars installed in their apartment. Someone who needs to help a family member. I get to help people know their resources, which increases their independence, it empowers them, it helps them self-advocate better, and that's what I love about not only working at the whole person, but especially managing the INR, or Information and Referral Department.
Respect, okay, then. Right now, mostly I teach independent living skills classes in local high schools. One big thing is disability pride and awareness so that the students are proud of being a person with a disability, knowing how to name their disability. We talk about what a healthy relationship looks like. It's important because a lot of times people with disabilities are somewhat behind socially or isolated because they have a disability, and this is a way that people with disabilities can have a safe space to talk about certain issues that won't come up in their regular classes.
For the majority of the staff and the volunteers and the board to also be people with disabilities really gives the whole person credibility about where we're coming from. We didn't learn most of what we learned through books, we learned it through life experience.
One of the most popular programs, I think, at the Whole Person, and it's kind of one of a kind in Kansas City, is the Whole Family Project. We hire tutors that go into the family that teach the entire family sign language.
We just feel like we had a real lapse of resources and we desperately needed something. We really struggled with letting them know what was going to happen day to day. April brought in a calendar, we write down important dates, we go over all that stuff whenever she's here, so we make sure that we can learn how to communicate to him so he can, be a little responsible and prepared.
I think it's given us a little bit of hope because there for a long time we were really worried about how we going to learn to communicate, how we going to learn sign language, and now we're learning it.
All of our events are very mission-based here. Expressions is an exhibition of art, and it's really about artists that happen to have a disability. We've grown this from a one-night art show that's now an art exhibit that has a grand opening. From that point, the art leaves and travels around the city, which gives great exposure to the artists themselves as well as the whole person. Well, 2 years ago, the American Disabilities Act celebrated its 25th anniversary, and we tried to think of something that we could do around that would involve inviting our community in and our consumers and our staff and let everybody have a good time. So I thought, what better than a big old picnic in our parking lot? We invite the community in to be vendors, and we have music and a pancake breakfast, and we have a lot of government officials that come and celebrate and talk about the anniversary. So we use that opportunity to raise awareness about what still needs to be done to make our city more accessible, at the same time turning it into a celebration where people in our community can come together with people with disabilities and have a great time. Our community outreach is really targeted to tell our story out in the community so that people know what a great organization and what great services that we can provide.